In this video lecture, we will discuss about airlift bioreactor. In that, we will see what are the major features of airlift bioreactor, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. In the previous video, we had discussed about stirred tank bioreactor. Stirred tank bioreactor that involve in the production of those things which required agitation. Airlift itself means that air is lifting. Air is lifting all the nutrient from one place to the another place. That we will see from the diagram. This is the diagrammatic representation of airlift bioreactor, in which by the means of sparger, this is the compressed air that is coming from the sparger. From here, by the means of sparger, air or a gas is introduced via base of the riser tube. This is the riser tube. In that, pressurized air or compressed air is introduced via the sparger. This is known as a riser tube. This is the riser tube. From here it will introduce, from the inside this will be, air will be introduced from the sparger inside the riser tube. From the riser tube, due to the air introduced in the riser region, it will produce density different in both the region, that is in the riser region and downflow region. This is the downflow region. Air bubbles will be the larger in the riser region and less in the downcomer region. This density different will allow the circulation of nutrient and microorganism, and remaining air will exhaust from the top of the loop. This is what all about the airlift bioreactor, that having the inside loop, that is an inside, that is the two tubes are present. This is the upflow tube and this is the downflow tube. This is upflow tube is also known as a riser region. Downflow tube is also known as a downcomer region. Upflow tube means from here the entire thing, that is a liquid ascending. From here that is a liquid descending. From the sparger the air will come and it will circulate like this, and the circulation will goes on. Due to the compressed air, this will lift up all the nutrient and the microorganism that is present inside the fermenter, that is airlift bioreactor, and the remaining air that will be exhaust from the top of the loop. If this draft tube, or we can say that this loop, is present inside the airlift bioreactor, then it is known as the internal loop airlift bioreactor, and if it is present outside, then it is known as external loop airlift bioreactor. This is also very much similar to this one, that is internal loop airlift bioreactor, but it has somewhat modification. It has same features, same as airlift bioreactors, but little modification is that, but it is present, the loop is only present, that is outside. Here also the same, from the sparger the air will introduce, from that air will lift up all the nutrient and the microorganisms, and like this way it will circulate. This is what all about the airlift bioreactor with external and the internal loop. This fermenter is also known as pneumatic reactor. Airlift bioreactor is also known as pneumatic reactor, which means that reactor having no stirring devices. There is an absence of any kind of stirring devices, because entire nutrient and the microorganism that is being continuously circulated from one place to the another place via the pressurized air. Airlift bioreactor is similar to the bubble column bioreactor. Airlift bioreactor is very much similar to the bubble column bioreactor, but where the difference that is lies that but only difference in the airlift bioreactor that contain draft tube. Airlift bioreactor that contain the draft tube, whereas the bubble column bioreactor that does not contain any kind of the draft tube. But the same features are there. Draft tube may sometime found within the fermenter. Sometime it is found within the fermenter or it may present outside the fermenter. If draft tube present within the fermenter in the central section of the vessel, then it is known as an internal loop airlift bioreactor. If draft tube found outside the vessel, then it is known as external loop airlift bioreactor, which will improve circulation, oxygen transfer, equalizes shear forces in the reactor, less air that is required. Airlift bioreactor contain two tubes. There are the two tubes, that is upflow tube and downflow tube. Upflow tube, which means liquid ascending, downflow tube, which means liquid descending. Upflow tube is also known as a riser region, whereas downflow tube is also known as downcomer region. Upflow tube is known as a riser region. Downflow tube is also known as a downcomer region. Now we will see what are the advantages of airlift bioreactor. Airlift bioreactor, it is used for free and immobilized cells. For both the cells it is used. It does not create shear forces because of mechanically stirring devices. It does not create any shear forces because there is an absence of any stirring devices. There is no agitator is present inside the airlift bioreactor. So due to the absence of stirring devices, there is no shear forces will take place inside this bioreactor. As itself there is no stirring devices, ultimately it will easy to clean due to the absence of mechanical devices, that is stirring devices, agitator. Due to the absence of those devices, it is easy to clean. It is used for highly aerobic organism because we are introducing this that we can say that pressurized air that we are introducing from the bottom. So it is mostly used for the highly aerobic organism. It can also be used for the anaerobic organisms. We can also use for the anaerobic microorganism airlift bioreactor, but in that case inert gases are provided. In that case inert gases are provided, that we have to remember. What kind of gases that has been provided in the case of anaerobic microorganism, that is inert gases are provided. It is best to use for exothermic reaction. Here I will like to give the one example for the exothermic reaction. For SCP production, that is single cell protein production from methanol utilizing bacteria. This bacteria, methanol utilizing bacteria, use methanol as a carbon source and grow. During their growth they generate higher heat. So to eliminate this heat problem, we use airlift instead of the continuous stir tank bioreactor. So it is the best use for the exothermic reaction. Due to absence of mechanical stirring devices, no heat will be generated. Draft tube having internal heat exchanger will regulate the temperature. Now we will see what are the disadvantages of airlift bioreactor. Problem of forming due to the absence of foam breaker, because in that there is no foam breakers are there, so there is a chances of forming is there. High amount of air and inert gases are needed because entire nutrient and the microorganism is lifting up from one place to the another place inside the vessel. In this bioreactor, incoming pressurized air that will lifting all the nutrient and the microorganism from one place to the another place. For that, high amount of that air is required for the aerobic microorganism, whereas in anaerobic microorganisms we required inert gases are required to lift up all the nutrient and the microorganism. These are the disadvantages of airlift bioreactor. The things that we have to memorize in the airlift bioreactor is that airlift itself, that is lifting up all the nutrient from one place to the another place. Airlift bioreactor is also known as a pneumatic bioreactor because it has no stirring devices. It is very much similar to the bubble column bioreactor, but it has an airlift bioreactor that has a presence of the draft tube. The draft tube that is found inside the and outside the airlift bioreactor. If it is a present inside, that is known as the internal loop airlift bioreactor. If it is found outside, then it is known as external loop airlift bioreactor. Airlift bioreactor contain two tubes in that is upflow tube and the downflow tube. Then we have seen the advantages and then we have seen the disadvantages of airlift bioreactor.